I'm Jimmy Cypher. Let's rock. All right, top 10 guitar lesson myths, number 9. In order to be a great guitarist, I must learn everything there is to know about guitar. This is absolutely false. In fact, very often the guitarists we remember the most were really just as my guitar mentor Doug Doppler once said, they became the best at being them, and you should become the best at being you. B.B. King never tried to out-shred players that could play faster than him. David Gilmour has said in interviews he's genetically incapable of playing fast, and so his entire style developed around compensating for that. His monstrous tone, his bends, compound bends, vibrato, his phrasing, all of that was done, or developed rather, to compensate for the inability to play speed, in his words. And he wanted that same power, but he had to find another way to get it. Stevie Ray Vaughan probably never played a 7-note scale that I know of his entire career in terms of your Randy Rhoads style patterns. So you want to find what it is that you're good at and that you also like, and really focus on that. Bringing up Tim Ferriss again in his book 4 Hour Work Week, he talks about effective time management and to focus on the things that you are great at and to really develop them, rather than taking things you're bad at or something and trying to bring those up. At best, take me, I'm a lousy basketball player. At least I know it, right? So I don't spend all day on a basketball court trying to get better, because I know I'm only going to be average at it no matter how hard I work. Tim used to talk about with athletics, he was never good at endurance exercises, long distance running, cycling. His body's just not built for it. His body is built for explosive bursts of power and picking up things and throwing them. So he was doing stuff like wrestling, and that's what he got good at. So you want to focus your efforts on the type of music that interests you and that you're also good at. Angus Young is a great example of somebody who gets more mileage out of a pentatonic scale than probably any guitarist I know, save for Stevie Ray Vaughan. You know, you never heard classical scales or modal patterns in Hendrix's playing or anything like that. By contrast, someone like John Petrucci knows every scale in the book, Alex Skolnick from Testament, and they're great at that and putting all those scales together in a hypervelocity type of way. But blues is probably not their forte. I remember the G3 tour with Joe Satriani, Steve Vai, and Kenny Wayne Shepherd when he first blew up. And you're thinking, well, how's Kenny going to keep up with those guys? And he just goes, look, I don't have the technical facility and pyrotechnics and virtuosity of those guys. I just do what I do really well, and hopefully, you know, that will blend in and make a great show. And sure enough, when they got out there and they were playing the 3 songs, I think it was Going Down and My Guitar Wants to Kill Your Mama, Frank Zappa, and then the last one was Red House. And on those first 2 that were more rock oriented, you know, Joe and Steve really tore it up, and because that fit their style, and Kenny was a bit more reserved with it. When it got to Red House, though, that's where Kenny really stole the show, and because he's a blues player and he just had it down, and the song is built for exactly what he does great. And so he sounded phenomenal. You know, he was, if you're scoring that, like I thought he really did that better than the other 2 guys, even though they're great players. Vai said anytime he tries to play the blues, that it comes out as like psychobilly rock or something like that. And he's perfectly okay with that. So you want to take what you do great and develop that rather than running around trying to know everything and fill in all the gaps, because as Dickie Betts once said, there will always be somebody better, faster, and more versatile than you. Get over it and write great songs. Jimmy Cypher out.